So, what questions might you have about your current practices as a classroom teacher?
I think my biggest question is consistency in classroom management.
Okay.
That's, I think, what I've been trying to focus on the most.
Okay.
I don't really know. It's really difficult for me to be consistent, which I know affects them. So just getting better at that. How do I monitor that for myself?
I'm trying to think of how I'm supposed to respond, but immediately the way that I want to respond is say that I agree with that completely, that it's so easy to find a great idea or something that you think is going to be, you see it on Pinterest or somewhere and you're like, oh my gosh, that might work so well, and then you do it for a week and stop. That's what I did for 10 years. I mean, so, is there a specific time of the day or?
I think for me it's going to be transitions. I give a whole lot of directions at once, and I think that I'm breaking it down, but then as they do it, I see that they're not completing everything.
Okay.
Or maybe not even in the order that I had dictated it, I guess.
Okay. So, specifically directions during transitions.
And I've heard before, have them repeat, but by the time I do that 10 times a day,
Right.
I'm wasting a lot of time having them repeat what I want them to do. Mm-hmm. So I don't think that's the most effective for me.
Okay. So you think you are breaking it down, but then they're not following as many steps as you give them? Okay.
And especially that transition to math is difficult when they're all coming from all sides of the room, which I'm sure you saw that yesterday.
Yeah, that's such a challenge in its own,
And
not
then when
just
they come
behaviors, but like a movement challenge, because they're all coming, which way is the best way for 30 kids to go in and out of your room from all different ways. Yeah.
And then when they come back, we might still be doing something and they're already feeding back into the room, and that's probably the most challenging thing. And it's at the very end of the day, and I might still have like an announcement or two to give to my end of my homeroom class, and they're like getting book back. Like, that is chaos to me. That whole, you saw.
Oh yeah. Yeah, because I usually leave by then.
Yeah.
Okay. What do you think, so how do you think it might affect student learning?
I just think we're wasting a lot of time, and they're not, we could be doing more. I could have an extra, within the whole day, the time that I wasted on transitions and redoing directions, I could have an extra 15 minutes of group time, and I'm not, and I get so frustrated with the fact that I'm losing that time and not knowing how to fix losing that time.
And, getting frustrated 8 times a day because you do 8 transitions is hard on you.
Right.
I've been there, believe me. So it says which one question do you want to learn more about, but I think it would be transitions.
Yeah.
And following directions, I guess. Okay. So I think I explained this to you basically how this works. We're a team, a partner. So my job as the partner is to make a data display for you. So I will come and I will observe some transitions. I'll have to figure out probably which one you said, the afternoon one is probably the worst?
Yeah.
Okay. So we'll definitely observe that one, and then maybe if there's another one during the day that you think might be an issue.
I think honestly it's just that time. If you come at like 12:55, right before we switch for math, see that math switch.
Okay.
See what we do for those 15 minutes right before we go to lunch.
Okay.
And then after lunch, like you're normally here.
Okay, and then the afternoon, so that'll be easy.
Yeah.
And then that's like 2:50, but I'll just stay and watch.
Yeah.
So I'll come and observe, and I'll record data as it's happening.
Okay.
And then somehow I come up with a way to show you what we focused on, or what I'm going to focus on with my data is probably directions. That's the tricky part, is me figuring out how to display this data for you. But it's really cool when it happens, because we either, we might see that you're absolutely breaking down the directions and it's just them not following them, or we'll see, we need to break them down even further, but it's like, it's literally on paper when you see it. It's really cool. So that's my job. So I will, let's see, I think I'll plan on doing this probably Thursday.
Tomorrow?
No, Friday. I was thinking it was Tuesday. I'll do this Friday. I'll come and, I'm not sure if I have to videotape it or not, but I will.
Okay.
Or I'll see, and hopefully I don't. Okay, great. Thank you.
You're welcome.